Hi, this is Dana Diorsi from CoachWithDana.com with this week's video success strategy. And these videos are intended to provide you with the marketing and mindset tools you need to grow your business, unleash your potential, and create your most extraordinary life. So this week I'm actually answering a reader-submitted question, and just a side note, I love getting questions from my readers, so if you have any questions you'd like to send me, you can reply to this email or send it to me through Facebook, and I will be sure to address it in an upcoming strategy. But anyway, the question that I'm going to cover this week is around what do you do if you've created this awesome business based around something you're passionate about, and now you find yourself addicted to it? And this is a great question. I'm so glad it was sent to me. And I'll also just talk from personal experience. I'm happy to address this because, full disclosure, and I'm always honest with you all, this is really an issue that I struggled with a lot when I launched my business. So let's get into it. So if you're like me, you probably started your business based around something you're super passionate about. An area where you feel like you have a skill set and an expertise and something to offer where you can contribute to the world, where you can contribute to others and help their lives be better in whatever way that is, through whatever service or product you provide. You probably launched this business so that you could make a difference. So it's something that really speaks to you and that you're passionate about. So once you get into it and get involved in it, it's really easy to just get sucked up in it, right? Because you have this really grandiose vision and you can make a difference and you want to just spend all your time doing that. And if you're someone who's come from a corporate job or something else that you used to do before that you weren't passionate about, this is a completely different kind of work, right? You're excited while you're working with it. It's working on it. It fills you with energy. So it's really easy to get pulled into it. But I want you to stop and think not only about this grandiose big why, as I call it, and it's really important to have this, but kind of that big why on a large scale, the impact you're looking to make on the world, and think about what your personal big why is. So not only to contribute, but also for you and your family if you have one, and the type of lifestyle that you're looking for. I believe that when you have your own business, one of the best things about that is you take control over your lifestyle and what you want that to look like. And if you don't have that, you might as well be in a corporate job or another job. The benefit to having your own business is that you are in charge. You set your own hours, you set your own schedule, you set your own boundaries, and you can create that lifestyle that you want. So if you're someone who has a family, you can have more balance and have more time with your family. Or maybe you're someone who likes to travel, and so you can take some more time off and do that. So whatever that looks like for you, really revisit what your personal why is in your business. And I suggest for both of those that you have them even, taped up on the wall or, somewhere that's visible for you where you can remind yourself of that continually. So there's the big why in the external world, and then there's your internal world and your big why. And that can be a great reminder of creating more of this balance and more of this freedom in your life, and kind of extracting yourself from the work that you're doing from time to time to give that rest and give yourself a break. And then next, I want you to think about setting some boundaries. So it's really hard to do, especially when you own your own business. You can work from home 24 hours a day, but really things like setting specific work hours when you will respond to client inquiries. Sometimes we do have to work at night. I get it. I do that sometimes myself, especially during a big launch or something. So maybe setting a couple of nights a week, which are your work nights, and the rest of the nights belong to you or your family or whatnot. Something, maybe you have a great hobby that you like to participate in, something where you just step away. Thinking, looking at like how you're answering your emails and your voicemails. I have a rule. I don't answer unscheduled phone calls. So when business phone calls come in and I'm in the middle of an activity, I would be so much less productive if I jumped off every time the phone rang. So I let it go to voicemail. At the end of the hour, I check into my voicemail, unless it's a family number and I think it's an emergency. I check that voicemail and I respond to it as it makes sense. So, just whatever it is for you, thinking about what boundaries you could put into place that can create more balance for you in your work. And And here's why. There's really a law of diminishing returns. So you can work 24 hours a day, but you're going to get tired. You're not going to be as effective at the end of those hours. You know what you're like when you're exhausted and you're depleted of energy. And so putting in more effort at that time is really not going to have that great of a return. So your body and your spirit needs that time away to replenish your energy and fill up your cup. And even though you love that work, to do something that's separate and just fills you with energy. And the other thing I wanted to share is that what that space provides you is an opportunity to get clarity and receive, whether it's, I refer to it as a download, so I'm going to get a little woo-woo, kind of a download from the universe of what I'm supposed to be doing, what my message is, what I, need to put out there. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this where you're like stuck on something, you're not sure what to name your program, you're like rehashing and you're staring at your computer screen and it's just not coming to you. And if you're like me, like my greatest moments of clarity come in the shower and in the car when I'm picking up my kids. All of a sudden I get, oh, that's what the program should be called. Or, oh, that's a great idea of how I can, rework something I already did into another offering. And just all of these great insights always come to me, not when I'm efforting and trying to get the thought to come to me. It just sort of, when I sort of release that and just take a step away, it's like when it comes to me. So it's a little woo-woo, but that's when I get my downloads, is when I take a step away. So those are just a few tips for how you can better manage through this challenge. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you're not already on the list to get these emails on a weekly basis, I encourage you to go to my website at coachwithdana.com and just enter your name and email address, and you will get these delivered to your inbox on a weekly basis. Until we talk again, this is Dana Diorsi from coachwithdana.com, encouraging you to build your business and your life with clarity, intention, purpose, and conviction.